I need to stand next to the light.
Yeah.
Two words, and then I'm sure others will refrain, but wait, it's just a bit like that. So when does it Oh, brilliant. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. It gives me great pleasure to welcome somebody very special this evening, Rabbi Andrea Kuti, Rabbi Andy Kuti, who is joining us from Cape Town for the next two Shabbatot. Brucha haba'ah. And I hope we'll give Rabbi Andy a truly warm Beiteman welcome. Over to you, Rabbi.
Thank you so much. Very special to be here. I'm coming to the microphone. So can you hear? No, it's not the sound there. It's not there yet. Is it there?
Yeah.
No.
I'm hearing
Sorry?
I'm hearing.
You are hearing it? People need to hear it. Project more? Oh, now I can hear, yes. Okay. So, just as a warm up for all of us, but definitely for, oh, wow, that's good
I brought you a song, and you might have the song sheets from our parasha, and it goes as Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti betocham v'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata ad olam ve'asuri mikdash ve'shachanti betocham v'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata ad olam. So welcome everybody for this Shabbat, and to have this as a breathing place and time and palace in time when we come together and create a sacred space and a sacred time, which is a lot of what this parasha is about. And that's what we were singing about, that maybe how to and what we bring into the sacred space, that the divine can dwell amongst us. We will hear more about it on and up. And that's where we are going to start by first lighting the candles to bring a little bit of light, extra light. And as we light the candles, we are also, as we look into the lights and it shines back at us, and we look into each other's eyes and it shines back at people's eyes, like how we start creating sacred space, sacred time. While we get ready for the candles, we do the Yadid Nefesh on page 126. Ishtachah excited about it that on Shabbat we are welcoming an additional soul that's actually not like a stranger, it's just we have higher and higher levels of souls, and really the highest level is joining us. And that Havdalah is the time when we are letting that go, and it's going back into the realms of all the celestial entities, according to our tradition, and all the new songs and all the new Torah and all the renewal of Torah, they are all waiting to hear, and they are going to be extremely happy when they hear all the new things that we learned this Shabbat. So keep your ears and hearts open for learning and contributing, because we learn from each other, and then that the celestial beings be very happy afterwards. So we shall start with the candle lighting. Lizzie from Beit David, special guest. Sorry?
No, I'm not a guest.
Not guest. Okay.
Our source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live, lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Sovereign of the universe, who hides us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Please be seated. And we are about to start the songs to introduce us to the special time when the Kala, the Queen, Shabbat Queen, is arriving to us, and we really have this special time here. So in this introductory time, I invite you and welcome you to think through your week, how your week has been, what have you completed, what challenges you've gone through, what beautiful things you've gone through, what you experienced, and what you are leaving behind, closing the books, closing the notes, the to-do list, putting them aside, arriving here. So let's just go through while we go through the Psalms and the HHDs. Right now on page 130. הענן הרפה סביבם, צדק ומשפט נכון כיסו. וזרוח לצדיק, וישלב שמחה, שמחו צדיקים באדוני, והודו לזכר קודשו.
Adonai Eloheinu,
One way that we are creating community is actually connecting with each other. So before we sing the HHD, I want to ask you to please look at the text of the HHD and see if you can connect, how you can connect any of the lines to something that happened to you during the week, and if you can share it with someone next to you or behind you, and we will keep singing this previous one in the meantime. Yeah. So we have 3 minutes. It's a quick exercise. So just have a look, jump in, see if you can connect to that line, and share with the person next to you behind you. The HHDs on page 138. So just have a look which line speaks to you about your week. And it's okay to make noises, you can speak to each other. Lovely to see movement and people speaking to each other. Beautiful. That's how we create sacred space.
smiles and hugs and sharing. I can see this space is already transforming. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much. And then with that, hold that line, and we are going to sing that line on page 138, the HHD, as we invite the color and the Shabbat color, and at the last verse we are going to stand up and face the door.
Shabbat nekavela, Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el ha'yochad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shenu tiferet v'litila, L'chadodi likrat kala, Shabbat nekavela, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela, likrat Shabbat lechu b'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshavat tefila, Shabbat nekavela, itoreri, itoreri, ki va'orek u'miori, uri, uri, shidaveri, k'avod Adonai elach nigad, lecha, lecha, dodi, dodi, lecha, dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Ohi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzora, toch emunei hamserura, boi chala, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
And officially from here we are in Shabbat. With Mizmor Shir on page 140.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונת כל בלילות, עלי עשור, עלי נבר, עלי היגיון בחינות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן.
Adonai malakut lavesh, lavesh Adonai osit azad, avtikam tevel ba'atimon. Nachon kisecha me'az, me'olam ata, nasu nacharot Adonai, nasu nacharot kolam, yisu nacharot ochyam.
Nikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishreya. Nikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishreya. Dai, 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 Adir Bamaram Adonai, 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 Adir Bamaram Adonai.
עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים. As I was going through these songs, I was reminded how much they call to mind nature and how much it was probably intended to be sung and recited in nature. There's all the trees, the seas, the mountains, that even as we sing, if we can bring them in our minds and just know that they are part of our universe and they are part of our, how we can reconnect with the wholesomeness of the universe, which is coming up in the next section. And the Chatzi Kaddish is working for us as like it's functioning as a transmitter to the next section. So from the natural elements, we are going into the feelings, into the emotions, into the concepts, the abstract. And in between is the Chatzi Kaddish. And I was just thinking that in this week's parasha, there is a curtain that needs to be made. And that curtain is separating the holy from
The profane.
sorry, from
The profane.
So we know that there's the profane and in between the profane and the holy, like we have the Havdalah, like we often make those separations. And this was surprising, just like also just knowing like, yes, there's the holy and the profane. This one, this curtain is separating between the holy and the holy of holies. So we are getting further, there's degrees and further steps to go in. So we are with the Chatzi Kaddish, we are also stepping forward and deeper into our Holy of Holies. So we are going into the part where we are speaking about love that we receive and love that we give, and in between, when this is happening and we stop to feel, when we stop to remember, we can feel that the world is one and God is one. So that's travel there through the curtain, through the separation with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144.
Mit Gadol, mit Kadosh, Shabbat Amen. Balmadi verach erotei v'yamlich malchut b'chayechon u'b'yomeichon u'b'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. B'kol b'zman kariv v'yivaru. Amen. Yehesh me'olam me'olam, le'olam olam me'almayah. Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'shtabach, yitbar v'yitramam v'yinaseh, v'yitgadol, v'yitalev, shmei kusha, brichu. Le'elav im kol bechata, v'shirata. Tush v'chata v'nechemata, damiran v'yana, v'yimeru. Amen. Dai, 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 dai. Dai, 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 dai. Dai, 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 Baruch et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, le'olam va'ed.
On page 148, you can sit down again. On page 148, as we remind ourselves how the night is coming and the darkness and the light are rolling one after the other and one in front of the other, and the universe is huge above, we are also remembering our vulnerability and our love, all the things that comfort us in times like this.
And so let's read it together in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Yes. Asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמורתכם, ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום בלילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. And this is where we think about all the love that we've experienced. Sometimes it's just the fact that we can breathe and we have that capacity and we were given that capacity and we can give ourselves the love of breathing. Take deep breaths. We are here and we can be here, and with that there's more love because our ancestors created this tradition with the divine inspiration, and the synagogue is here, the community exists. There's so much that there's been love in the building of things that are around us. And think about what did you experience this week, where you felt that love that helps us come together, not separate, but come together while we are singing the Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ata, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokmeinu, ufkumeinu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Kir chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Avatcha al tasir, Mimeno le'alamin, Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך וישיתך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, אתם קדושים אלוהיהם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
We have a special session for you about miracles, because on page 158 our Siddur brings up the song that was sang by Miriam and the people who crossed the sea, just to see, like, wow, we just saw this miracle. And why is this here in this evening, in this part of the service? Anyone has a thought about that? Why would it be here? You don't need to even raise your hands, you can just shout it out. Why do we have this, oh wow, what a miracle you have created, and who is like you, God, who can do this? One thought, two thoughts? Yes? Sorry?
Is it because it's the month of Adar?
Because of month. Well, it's here every month.
Oh, okay.
But the month of Adar is also quite miraculous. That we were, like seeing evil and rescued from it. Yes.
It's because it's right in the middle of the service, so it's sort of get you excited again, not to get complacent.
Because when you think about miracles, then you get excited. Because we are waiting for miracles and we are seeing miracles. We are noticing miracles, maybe. That's also maybe an invitation to notice that there are everyday miracles. It's not only the parting of the sea, but think about what miracles you've seen this week or just today even. What are the miracles in your life today? I'd be really happy to hear some if you can share. It's a very brave community. You can do this. We can do this. Miracles. Yeah? I can hear the bubbles. It's coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's our anniversary today, and it was miraculous that we met in South Korea, in Seoul, and it was quite an extraordinary thing that we came together from very different parts of the world. So
amazing.
we're grateful for each
And
other.
Mazel Tov. Miracles, miracles. Lovely. Yeah. You see, it just closes up their space. It's more of a sacred space. Come on, let's have more. Let's hear more of the miracles. We need to know them. We need to notice them. Other miracles.
So my dog was diagnosed with renal failure a couple of months ago, and she's now running around and behaving like a happy dog. And
A dog that was diagnosed really like renal failure, all like gone and done. And now it's happily running around and
for
not.
how long we don't know, but she's
Happy
has
dog. Well, what a miracle. Thank you. Beautiful to hear about that. Yes.
The miracle is that you're here.
I actually wanted to. It is a miracle. It is a miracle that I'm here. Thank you so much. I mean, coming from, I don't even know where to start with the miracle story, but being born in Hungary, growing up there, becoming a rabbi, being here, it's just, yeah, I do feel, and when we were talking about love, I also feel, thank you so much. I do feel the love and the miraculous thing about this. Mika Mocha, page 158.
Mika Mocha, Baelim Adonai. Mika Mocha, Nedaba Kodesh. Nurai Tehillah, Tosef Elef. Asef Elef. Mika Mocha, Baelim Adonai. Mika Mocha, Nedaba Kodesh. Mahotcha, Rovanecha, Bakehayam, Livnei Moshe uMiriam, Zeli, Anu ve'amro, Adonai yimloch, Le'olam va'ed, Micha Mocha, Ve'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedaba Kodesh.
And Lee wrote another beautiful song, still about the land of miracles, on the land of also difficulties that we are going through, and hoping that we can still get there again and again and again.
Two seconds. Sorry, we're having some technical
Well, in that 2
difficulties.
seconds, I just mentioned one of my favorite book titles is, I still have to read the book, but the title I keep thinking about. It's After the Ecstasy, the Laundry. And how we had this miracle here, in the Torah, the parting of the seas, and then still like continues, but there's like complaining right later on, and not knowing, like, okay, we just saw these miracles, but then Moshe is disappearing, God is disappearing, what's now? Like, it's a constant, like, after the ecstasy, the laundry, and ecstasy and laundry. And we kind of keep laundering ourselves to get higher and higher and higher, hopefully. So the journey continues.
There is freedom within, there is freedom without. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Now I'm towing my car, there's a hole in the roof. My possessions I'm walking again to the beat of a drum, and I'm counting the steps to the door of your heart. And these shadows ahead, barely clearing the room, get to know the feeling of liberation and release. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win.
It's difficult times, and we need to keep up hope that there will be differently, and and there be this shelter of peace over all who are sore now and hurt, and may there be peace. ושמור צאתנו בואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamro b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Just easy.
We are having another passing through to another section, another curtain, closer and closer to the Holy of Holies. There are inner Holy of Holies, and I would like to invite Marian to open the ark for us as we enter the
You
Amidah.
poor pig. You will break it.
Standing and sometimes quiet, sometimes communally said prayer. This is an invitation for you to join in or take it as a meditation, quiet meditation for yourself, to arrive to Shabbat and to the innermost sanctuary.
Great, I want to wear my shoe. You don't ever listen to me. No, I said I want to wear my shoes. And I showed you Greg, look to my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Greg, before you do that, this number extra. Next what you're doing, you're picking this the diamond. Greg, I need the bag, you know, the tree, the heritage bag. So when we go to the beach and we need to take a towel, then so this is wait for me. Greg, I can't accept, I don't know. You've got to look there. It can't be anywhere else. It isn't in the room. It's only here. Please. Greg, it can't have blown there. No matter what great miracles we're thinking of right now. It can only be on the chest somewhere. It's the things that I hate about him. It's only these two. It's great. Can't speak more. It's the subtle things that
And a few more moments on page 180 for the meditations of our hearts, words of our mouth. 4 more seconds for that.
so bright that you must go down. Eh? It could easily have been you too.
At this point since we have so much opened our hearts and our prayers, we are going to pray for those who need healing on page 371, and I would like to invite, if you have people's names that you are wishing to recover, to feel better, to heal in body, soul, mind, please say their names. For me, mine is Oscar, my uncle.
villages and all injured in that region.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi Shebera, mi Moteno, Mekor Rafa, Lavoteno, bless those in need of healing, with refuge Shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So our parasha, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our parasha and a little bit of what I got out from it after its initial walls, many walls. I'll tell you about it. We are in our storyline, in our sacred mythology, have come through that miraculous parting of the sea and arrived to the mountain, and there was the 10 Commandments, the people, everyone heard the voice and its awesomeness, in terms of fear and in wonderness, and and Moshe has gone up to the mountain to take over from the people who felt quite threatened and like this, they were too much in this, like imagine seeing the thunder and hearing the lightning. Like, I'm not making a mistake, this is how it's written in the Torah, and I think it's quite awesome. And Moshe is up in the mountain, the people are waiting down at the feet of the mountain, the foot, do you say feet or foot? Foot of the mountain. One foot, a circular foot, yeah. And Moshe is getting the details of how to continue, how to carry on after the wonders, like, okay, now there are the details. And God is giving, in this Torah portion, quite a detailed instruction about how to create a sanctuary that God should be able to live amongst the people. And this is where for me that was the obstacle, because there's a lot of details, a lot of numbers of heights and widths and lengths and numbers of linen and skin and wood and whatever is necessary for this Mishkan, for the sanctuary to be built. And I was thinking I just blank out on these details, and I was thinking it's similar to, in my experience talking to people, it seems to me that there are two kinds of people, of the many different ways. I would never say this, but here, yes. Some people, one kind, when you get a recipe, you read the details and you follow the recipe. Who is one of those people here? Yes? We only have one person in it, yeah? So there are some people who do that. you see the recipe, you follow, and you can repeat anytime. You have that best recipe of aunt did this or uncle that, and you can make it in any generation. You can replicate. It's there. The other kind of people who I belong to look at the recipe, take the inspiration, and never look back at it again. and I take it as art, and the inspiration was there, and if it doesn't come out well, doesn't matter, it won't ever happen again. It's a once-off creation. And the same, if it's really good, it's just like enjoy it for the moment, because it will never be happening again. So with that mindset, reading this parasha was quite daunting to me. And but then got into it with invited some study partners, chavrutas, which I always recommend to everyone. I think the best way to study Torah and anything is have your study partner. You read the text together, you translate, you say about what comes to mind, you help each other look up words, you wander around and you open up the text and you open up your hearts. And in the Torah it actually says that when two people study as a chavruta, in between there's makom, which is place, but it's also a name for God. So there's God in between us. And so in this kind of chavruta studying with a couple of different chavrutas, I got out a couple of beautiful things that I take as inspiration from here. I think I still need that other kind of person who will be doing the details. But here are some of the inspirations from the text. So one is that we sang at the beginning of the service, the Ve'asu li mikdash v'shachanti betocham. There's so many ways of reading it. First of all, that make me sanctuary. So make for me a sanctuary that I can dwell amongst you. So it's not for me, it's so that I can live amongst you. But there are also other ways of reading that I can dwell in you, like each of you. That you make me a sanctuary, like God. But then also there's a reading of it that make us, all of us and our bodies, create us all as a sanctuary. So there's that part. And then several times in the parasha, God mentions to Moshe that you have to make it exactly as I show it to you. So this is where my kind of, the people who are like me, it's going to like what's exactly like what he showed us. But it's ani mare otecha, that I show you, can also be read that not like I show it to you, but the way I show you yourself. So make the sanctuary like you. I'm going to show you your inner sides, how you are made up, and that's how the sanctuary is going to be made. So the sanctuary is actually based on what we are like. Not something strange, not something out there. It's us. So when we walk into the sanctuary, we are coming to see ourselves in it. The inside part just came out even more because the nations that were asked to be brought are of 3 colors, like threads of 3 colors, amongst the many other things like gold and copper and silver and acacia wood and even dolphin skin mentioned, and goat hair, and all of those things are asked to be brought. But there are 3 colors of wool, and those are blue, blue, red, and crimson. So 3 colors that we're like, why those 3 colors? What is those 3 colors and why those 3? And we were in one of my chavrutas, we were wondering like, that's kind of the color of our inside. And like the heart or the womb, or like you can see the veins that are the ones that are oxygenated, that carry the blood that's oxygenated, and one that's lacking oxygen. So there's the blue and the red, or the red and the blue. And then the flesh inside is that purplish crimson. So again, the sanctuary is created like ourselves, and not the outside, it's the inside. How God is showing us, how God is showing us our inside. And then, of course, I liked that the curtain that separates the holy from the Holy of Holies, so we just get further and further inside in that sanctuary. And on that curtain, the curtain that covers the ark, are cherubim. Is that the right way of pronouncing?
Yeah.
Cherubim? Yes. That 2 of them are on the curtain, embroidered, and they are facing each other. Now, there's also stories about it that if when the Jewish people are not agreeing, then they are not facing each other, they are turning their backs to each other. But when people are doing good and talking, then in this parasha it says when they are facing each other, then God speaks amongst them, in between. God's voice comes from between. And I felt that these are very important lessons and inspirations to take from our parasha of doing things together. Oh, there was one more that also quite moved me right at the beginning, that everyone whose heart is moved, and how your heart is moved, just bring your offering. So that's like, I see it as like one side, one party reaching out, like, here's my offering. And on the other side, these are the things I need, the red and blue and crimson and the acacia wood and the gold and the silver and the copper. But these are the things that you should bring when your heart moves to bring your gifts and offerings. So I was like, how do you know? When do you know when your heart is moved? Like, it's such a special attunement to bring your heart offering that exactly will land at the other side to reach what they need. So it's not like, hey, I like that sort of candle holder and I'm going to buy that for my friend because I really like it. Whereas the friend's like, I've got 10 other candle holders and I really don't need that. So here it's that really sensitive attunement and intimacy of bringing something your heart is moved and it's exactly what the other appreciates and will make a sanctuary from and ask you to build together. So I found that kind of intimacy throughout this parasha, the heart, the inside, the facing together, facing each other, and that's where God's voice speaks from. So with that, I want to bless us each that we can see that there are miracles, that we don't give up, and sometimes when we feel like we don't want to face each other, there are difficult things, difficult questions and matters, but that we know that facing each other and sharing and showing our hearts is where God is going to dwell amongst us and where God's voice comes from, and that we believe in it and that we live to experience that. So, my blessing to us and Shabbat Shalom. open the ark, please. Do we have Robin here?
We have a Romaine.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh dear. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
And sorry. We have also a little bit of creativity that comes through. If you will. Yeah. So Aleinu on page 586.
עלינו לשבח
לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצא ראשית,
שעושנו קובעי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, לגור עלינו בכל המונן. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Aleinu is, it's all up in us. So it's not outside like some other entity to make this all happen. It's us, and we can call in us and the divine, but it's up in us as well. So hopefully one day we will experience what we dream of, and this is our one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
ונאמר אדוני ומלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. So one day, thus it has been said, the Eternal will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, the Eternal will be one, and God's name will be one. When do you have the announcements here? After the Kaddish, okay. So it is that moment where we remember those people who have been parts of our lives and whose footsteps we are walking in and whose light is still shining on us, but we are not able to touch them as such. And we are remembering them, and with our memories, their blessing and their life continues with us. So on page 598, if there's anyone who has lost someone in the last week or the last 30 days or in the year or has an anniversary of the death, please come up. I think that's the custom here, right? To come up. Okay. No one. Okay, so we'll
we'll say Kaddish for those who have no one to say Kaddish for. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקדושה בריחו. לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועם כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. So announcements, who's doing announcements?
I think then, Rabbi Andy, just to remind everybody that you will be leading the service at 9:30 tomorrow morning in the
9:30 tomorrow morning. And I also forgot to read the yard side list. Yes, so just as a sorry about leaving this out. So one is the unveiling for actually my father-in-law's grave. The unveiling of the stone for Peter Alexander Zichrono Livracha will take place on Sunday, 25th February at 11:45 at West Park Cemetery with Professor David Birschitz officiating. Thank you. We will also say a Haskara memorial prayer for the late Carol Alexander Zichrona Livracha. For those who cannot be there at the cemetery, there will be a Zoom link, which we will share when we have it next week. And the yard site and their relationship, so there's Joy Crowley, mother of Janet Cohen, Jules Getter, brother of Pearl Wasserman Bass, Helene Promnik, wife of Alf Promnik, Spike Rutenberg, father of Rory Rutenberg, and Samuel Schneier, father of Lina Boone. May their memory be for blessing. And so we had the announcements, and we are going to close the service with Adonolam on page 622.
Adonolam Asher Malach, B'terem kol Yetzer Nivra, V'yetnaser v'hepzo kol, Asai melech Shemo nikra, V'acharei Gifrat hakol, V'ado yimloch nora, V'hu hayeh v'hu hover, V'hu yiyeh b'tifara, V'hu echad v'ein sheni, V'hamshilo v'habira, V'li reishit v'li tachlit, V'lo ha'oz v'hamizra, V'hu eli v'chai goali, V'tzor hemli v'etzara, V'hu nisi u'manos li, V'nat chosi b'yom ekra, V'yado avgid ruchi, V'tishan v'ha'ira, V'imruchi b'mi'ati, Adonai
Shabbat Shalom, and thank you, Lee, for leading the service here. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.